What is a pretzel? A pretzel is a type of baked bread product made from dough, most commonly shaped into a twisted knot. They come in both hard and soft textures as well as salty and sweet flavors. This recipe is for soft and salty pretzels. Welcome to the Bear Pantry Show. If you're looking for authentic Belizean recipes, then you're in the right place. My name is Barbara and this is Cooking Made Simple. I'm going to start off with 2 1/4 cup of hot water from the faucet, 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast, or this is one of those little packages, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, and I'm stealing some of the sugar to put into the yeast mixture so that the yeast can be activated. So I'm putting the rest of the sugar into 5 cups of all-purpose flour with 1 teaspoon of salt. And that's it. That's it. We're going to go ahead and whisk the dry ingredients and give the yeast a moment to activate or foam up. It takes about 5 to 8 minutes. And after it foams up, let me go ahead and stir it first to make sure that the sugar is well incorporated. And then I'll be back after it foams up, all right? So now we're going to need an egg to do an egg wash. I'm going to take this out right now so this can come to room temperature. So the yeast is coming along and now it's ready. So I've made a well and I'm just going to dump this whole thing in here. Very few ingredients for pretzels, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and work everything around, trying to make this into a dough ball. And it's getting there, it's sticky. I haven't added any more water, but if I need to, I will. So now let me dump it onto the countertop. And I'm going to flour my dough, and then I'm going to start kneading. Add flour accordingly, all right? I've already washed my hands and dried them off because that makes kneading a little bit easier for me. And we just kind of want to work this around until it starts being not too sticky and feeling smooth. Then we form it into a dough ball. Then I'm going to put it back in the same bowl that I kneaded it up in. I'm not even going to wash the bowl. I'm just going to go ahead and cover it up. Let it sit here for about an hour. 1 hour later, see, it's doubled in size. So now I'm just going to remove it from the bowl. And you can either punch it down or you could just start re-kneading. So let me flour the countertop because the dough is still a little bit too sticky. All I want to do is get all the air out. Can you hear it? Sometimes you can hear the air going like that. All right, so now it's ready. Let me go ahead and flatten it a bit. I'm going to get my rolling pin. And I don't need to flatten it too much, but just a little bit. So just let me roll it out. Then I'm going to get my big knife, and you can use a dough cutter if you have one. And cut it straight in half, then into quarters, and then into eighths. Is this 8? Yeah, we're going to get 8 pieces. And then now into 16th. So we're going to get 16 pieces out of this dough. All right, 16 pretzels. Let me grab the first piece. And I just want to go ahead and roll this into a long strip, at least 18 inches long. Make it into an upside down horseshoe, twist it twice, and then bring up the ends like this. And then flip it over. Make sure the ends are staying. And then here we go. We have the first pretzel. So from what I read on the internet, pretzels got their shape from some monk back in like 610 in Italy, that he baked a few strips of dough together and, you know, I guess twisted it to make it look like a child was crossing his arms praying. I don't really see that in this image, but I think they're cool. So now, let me show you another one. Roll it out, about 18 inches long or more. The upside down horseshoe, twist it twice, bring up the ends. Very easy, right? So now let's start to cook them. This is a teaspoon of baking soda that I've added to my boiling water. And now I'm going to put them in, 2 or 3 at a time. I'm going to have Jada come over and take care of this while I continue to roll off the pretzels. So you're going to need help. Because while you're doing this, the dough is still rising again, and you don't want that. So I'm rolling off, Jada's boiling, and then we're putting it on parchment-lined baking sheet. I've tried greasing the baking sheet before and not doing the parchment paper, but honestly, guys, they get stuck no matter what I do. So I prefer to use the parchment paper. So now I'm putting some egg wash, and it's just the 1 egg with some water. And I'm brushing them on the top only. You don't have to flip them over and put them on the bottom. So I have the last one. Now let me grab my salt shaker and sprinkle the salt on top of all of it. Not too much though, all right? So the oven is up to temperature at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to let them go for 20 minutes. The top row is done, but I'm going to move the second row up to the top row so it can get brown. I can't wait. Here they are. Now let me get them off the parchment paper and put them on the cooling rack. And then I'm going to go outside to do my thumbnail pictures, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to escape tasting one, guys. Thanks for watching the Bear Pantry Show. Don't forget to follow the page and check out my book at my Facebook store or at bearpantryshow.com. Bye now.